so this is from Bounding into Comics and comes up, right? And it goes, the latest trailer for Suicide Squad Isekai. All right, Isekai is basically traveling to a parallel universe, multiverse. All right, DC already has a multiverse, and so does Marvel, as we all saw. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness movie, right? So confirms animes, films, cast of criminals. So everything about this is so we are competing with Japan now, right? We want that manga dollar, we want that anime following, right? And so they put out a 40-second advert, and where it's got Harley Quinn, Joker, and the Suicide Squad cause havoc in Isekai, and it's got an asterisk Isekai to turn for another world in Japanese, right? An all new original anime. Oh, it's an anime series, not just a movie, but a series, right? Yeah, you'll get it if you got it. GNG, right? So yeah, from Warner Brothers. So I'm looking at the IMDb page here, and it's going on about like it's created by Japan, it's in Japanese, it's by WIT Studios, which is a well-known studio, right? And so it's these are guys behind Titan, Frieren, who I love, by the way. And like, yeah, I try to put up a video of Frieren, like a clip, a 1-minute clip, and it had copyright, so I've got to figure out how to, I don't want to break copyright. All right, I mean, there's people, there's ways around it where you just remove all the text. I mean, remove all the language or something, because it kind of picks up on like whatever. But it's WIT Studios is huge, like Vinland Saga, Spy X Family, Ancient Magus, right? Evangeline, Thrice Upon Us, 3.0 3.0 plus 1.01, right? Ranking of Kings, Cabanare of the Iron Fortress. What do you want to add? This is it, right? What, Vivi, I love that. All these series that I love, is, none of them that's been done by WIT is a dislike of mine, right? I love them all. They're really well done. They're really, I might not have seen one or two, but like I've seen majority of them, and they're a good company, right? When it comes to anime adaptations of manga and or light novels, right? Can't remember if they have done any, but I'm just keeping my bases covered here in case they have, because you don't know what's come from light novel to manga and then to anime. So yeah, so let's have a look at this. So while let me just grab a drink here, guys. Excuse me. Got to keep it lubricated, right? Because otherwise I'll be sounding like a frog. And due to smoking, don't smoke, kids, I've basically ruined my speech. That's why it's always this husky, weird sounding. It's like weird when I listen to myself when I'm editing. I'm going, man, that voice is getting worse all the time. So here we go. While Warner Brothers live action DC prospects are about to take a plunge with Aquaman 2, and it is, and it's sad, and that's because they backed the wrong cow. Because everybody told them 2 years ago, get rid of her, and this is Amber Heard, right? Get rid of Amber Heard. They did like a, what is that called? I know, some sort of like poll, something like poll or like signature thing, right? Where like, get rid of her, or we won't watch it. And so 3 million people, I think it was something like that, said we don't. Yeah, and this is 3 million people that are paying, right? Because if you're gonna go put your name down to it, you're like, I would go and watch it, right? Kind of thing. So I'm not gonna, because that's not a normie, that's a fan signing it, right? And so there you go. So they didn't, and they kept backing it, and then Amber Heard's out here throwing them all under the wheel, under the bus, as they say. And so, you know, Aquaman 2 is dead in the water. They don't even think they're going to make 50 million. Much like Marvel's, right? Which is going to lose like $300 million. Man, that's like 450 New Zealand if I do, you know, quick maths according to the foreign exchange. So okay, so here we go. Plunge. Right. Let's get back to the start again. While Warner Brothers live action DC prospects are about to take a plunge with Aquaman 2, the latest trailer for the studio and anime production house WIT Studio's upcoming Suicide Squad Isekai collaboration suggests that their next animated outing is looking to conversely jump the king shark in all the best action-packed ways. Bit of king shark humor. The film's latest chaos and action-packed trailer was first unveiled on December 1st as part of its thing, right? Narrated by storied anime voice actor Takehito Koyashu, the current voice of Dio Brando and the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. The trailer not only features more footage of Suicide Squad in action, but it also revealed both their in-story roster and prospective voice actors. Let's have a look at this, right? Now let's make sure I'm on full. I am on full, and here we go.
2023年7月に発表された全世界驚愕の新作アニメーション異世界スーサイドスクワッド発表直後よ全世界のトレンドを席巻 DC のキャラクターが日本初のオリジナルアニメーションで描かれるワーナーブラザースジャパン WIT スタジオがお届けする注目作異世界スーサイドスクワッドの新情報をお届けするプログラムスーサイドスクワッド異世界リビールストリームナレーションをお送りしますのは私小安武人ですさあみんな準備はできてるか早速最新 PV から行くぞレッツパーティー
That's cool. I love it. But like, I'm a fan of anime, you know, and I like animation. I'm a fan of animation, so you know, I'm gonna watch it because, but it's kind of like the thing is like, it's like what Marvel did. Excuse me, with Spider-Man, or was it like Deadpool, whatever it is, it did with like manga. You know, and they did it on like webtoons and everything. And it's like, we need that Japanese crowd. We need that Asian crowd, right? We need them to buy our comics. It's like, you already have the Western market. And if you continue doing the way people have loved this character, you will get those characters, those people, those Asian people that you want so much, that will like it. So, and I'm going to tell you, I want to show you something about that. Let me just, come here, buddy. I'm going to show you a photo. From an event that I was part of last year. So I'm going to, let's put this up here for a time being. And if you excuse me, I'm going to find this photo, and I'm going to show you, the reality of things, right? When it comes to let me just make sure I've got the right photo. I don't want to be like doxing someone here. Right. I don't mean like doxing that way. I just mean like, you know, but I want to show you guys this photo in the sense that here's a kid right? Here's a kid at an event with me, right? Where you will see who is not a Western kid, who is not a Westerner, right? As you can see here, you know, he's dressed as Spider-Man. And he's doing the Spider-Man symbol. And here we are, right? I'm Manji here in the middle, as you can see, wearing my glasses because otherwise I won't be able to see anything, right? I mean, up close. And then, so you've got this, you know, 4 of us here. This gentleman here is African, from the, you know, South Africa area there, continent, African continent, I should say. And, you know, he's dressed up as from Demon Slayer, right? And here I'm Manji from Samurai, the Samurai animation manga, Blade of the Immortal, right? It's my favorite, you know, my sort of first introduction to a manga, and I actually love the artwork so much. I did mosaics of that artwork, right? And mosaics are like, you know, tiny, you know, tiles and stuff, like broken tile, and you put it, make an image of it. And I did like a scenery of from Manji fighting. There was a page and of panels from the manga, you know, and they were really small. And I blew it up, and then I like designed it onto boards, and I, you know, glued these, you know, images on that. And here you have a young boy who is not a Westerner, but of course probably raised in the West, but here is in New Zealand, right? This is from New Zealand last year, about a year ago, 18th. Hey, it's about this week, it's coming week, right? So he is doing the hand signals, you know, Spider-Man's single symbols, right? Emotions, and wearing his suit at an anime convention, right? So you kind of think, you know, there's you can get, if you do something right, you know, and you keep continuing doing it right, you will get that crowd. But if you go hunting for it, it kind of feels like disingenuous, which is why I feel that a whole diversity inclusivity has always been disingenuous, because it's never been about inclusivity or diversity. It's about how to make money off that, right? How do we make money off it? Because corporations don't do anything unless there's a money thing to it. If we're going to put a product out, how do we market it to make us bring back as much royalties, as much money out of it? Right? That's why they'll go to bat, like we just did that thing with Marvel and Steve Ditko. That's why they, you know, they fight tooth and nail, right, over their products. And so, you know, to keep it back, you know, keep it in the family, right? To keep them from anybody getting their hands on it. So, you know, I know today's was so anyway, let's finish up with this, right? So like I'm saying, you can do it great. You can, you know, but people will like it, right? People will like what you're doing if you do it well, right? If you do it well, right? If you do it bad, they won't like it. Because here's the thing, you don't have to convince the fans. Actually, no, you do have to convince the fans. See, your main source of your income stops with the fans, or I should say starts with the fans, because they are your 80% of your, because there might be only be 20%. All right, there's a 20-80% ratio when it comes to any business. 20% of your customers are repeat customers. They're the ones who just love your product, and they'll come to you and they'll buy 80% of your product.